to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. Visitor sideline, a look at the Raiders head coach. This guy's long since out of the race, just the lone victory as we play out this final stretch. On the other side, the Seahawks, it's Mike McDonald. This guy's come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Alongside Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico. The kicker has us set for the start. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the man from Purdue, their quarterback, Aiden O'Connell.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production and some efficiency out of this passing game.
A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He was looking for Jack Best that time, and that will lead to a second down. From the gun, it's O'Connell. Short throw, that's pulled in by Mayer. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Here's O'Connell. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job of staying even here. We don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive. And that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll run here with Walker into the secondary at the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And he will go all the way. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. That touchdown, number 11 on the year. Good-looking rushing
long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Raiders nothing.
Seven nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. O'Connell going to throw on 1st and 10.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
He takes off.
A 7-yard gain.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
A gain of 7. And the Raider first down.
Now O'Connell, they'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, it's O'Connell. He's got the tight end, Mayer. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd.
To throw is O'Connell. And that is incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Here's their punter now. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line.
3-yard line.
Well, Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check out where he ranked in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a design run. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down back at the 5. So the two sides going to make that long walk to the other end of the field. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. As we are ready to get back underway. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And he's going to be taken down back at the 2-yard line. The 7th overall pick in 2023, Tyree Wilson, in there to bring him down for his 7th sack of the year. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Raiders nothing.
The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. And they'll look to cash in following that block punt, as they're going to start with 1st and goal. Here's the run. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Byron Murphy gets in there for the sack, and now it's 3rd and goal.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult. And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
They'll try to run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Dylan Lobby. Touchdown, Oakland. His second rushing touchdown of the year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. That is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
You know, like, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you're going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. O'Connell to throw. In trouble, and down he goes. Leonard Williams gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high...
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3 and out.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's the punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw again is Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Here we go, the final weekend of the regular season. Week 18, Sort It Out Sunday. Let's get to sorting. Our look around the NFL starts now. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is the Steelers quarterback. He gets this one complete, 6-yard touchdown pass. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And he's a highlight waiting to happen, Lamar Jackson. He's going to do it himself, takes it into the end zone, 11-yard touchdown. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is T. Higgins. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. This will be a 70-yard touchdown catch. The Bengals will be the #1 seed in the playoffs. They finish off the regular season with the victory. With that, a look here at the playoff picture in the NFC here in this final week of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, each team's been able to manage just one touchdown, 7-7 tied at the half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup.
We'll go play action with Darnold. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's on the former 9th overall pick, Charles Cross. The run up the middle, it's Walker. Brought down at 21, a gain of 1.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
The Raiders offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Downfield. It's Besh. And he is out of bounds. But there is a flag down. And we may erase that one. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far. And it draws the flag. Now for Loudon. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. A second down throw for O'Connell. He's got his receiver, and that's Jack Best. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over once again. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 22.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. Up the sideline at the 35. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
In the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks, first down.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. This is caught 2. And he'll take it on in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
That's the score. Seahawks 14. Raiders 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. The return starts from the 5. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. A give, and here's Laube. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun, O'Connell. The ball comes out. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
And he's out of bounds. Still short of the first down, but he got a good chunk of yardage back with that one. Third and short yardage, and here's Garner. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
They really needed that one, didn't they, Mike? I mean, they have to find a way to keep this as a one-possession game. This will at least give them a chance to do so, depending on what happens here on fourth down.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchdown. The Raiders offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Loudon. On down at 21, a gain of 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's O'Connell. They look middle, and it's caught by Beck. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. That's good. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Did a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold him to a short game.
He's taken down at the
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8.
brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's O'Connell. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now O'Connell. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Boye Muffin. He's in there to drop him, and it leads to 4th down.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They have likely one play left here north of the 2-minute warning as they're going to get started with 1st down. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. – 2 They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down. Now, Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he's into the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year.
And it's exactly how you stress all week finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. With that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Passes kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes the return. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is O'Connell. He's got the tight end there. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27.
On 2nd down, O'Connell. He'll step up and run this. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. O'Connell to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And it's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Third down.
He'll look to throw. Throw on the run is complete. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Short throw that's pulled in by Mayer. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47.
Now they'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws and is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. No, he's got Tucker. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
That's another.
Now here's the spike, and they stop it with 22 seconds remaining. Throwing on 2nd down, O'Connell. His throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's O'Connell. Big Leonard Williams that time forces his way in for the sack.
Loss of 7 yards. And it's 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Down to an 8, and that will do it. They wrap up the regular season with a victory. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. They're able to finish the season in style as they get the victory here in the finale in Week 18. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.